Hi guys, my name is Dmitry and I'm working on a yacht. Today I would like to introduce you my friend Emily. She's an incredible person and good friend of mine. She's working with me on a yacht. She's a stew, and today I'm gonna ask her a couple questions. 3, 2, 1, time go. First of all, tell where you're working, what is your position, what are you doing?
I am working with you.
Oh,
did you know?
Cool.
And I am a housekeeping stewardess on a super yacht. Can I say the name?
Yeah.
I can't.
No.
Okay.
No name. No name. All incognito. Anyway, so you're housekeeping. So what is your role? What are you doing as a housekeeping?
So basically the role consists of, maintaining cleanliness throughout the boat, doing the cabins, detail cleaning. When the guests are on board, we sort of have to do the beds every day. Just basically make sure everything looks perfect. And yeah, maintain a really high standard on board the boat. Make sure that everything looks perfect, crisp.
What is your hours of the work? I mean, how are you working? How it's working? Like, do you have like a normal schedule, or it's always depends on?
It's pretty like it depends whether the guests are on board or not. If the guests aren't on board, then we work basically a normal hours. We have the weekends off, and we work 8 till 5. It's pretty easy really, but we have to work throughout the day. And then when the guests are on board, there's a lot more hours.
It's busy. Yeah,
it's
usually like how many hours you can work if you do have a guest on board?
Well, I am starting at 7 and I finish at 10. So at 10 in the evening.
So it's like 12 hours. 12
hours, yeah. But then again, we always have like a break in between, 2 hours. It depends really how busy we are. Sometimes it can be a 2-hour break, sometimes 3, so it depends.
How did you find working on a luxury yacht?
Okay, so I was working in an office and I was really kind of thinking I need to travel, I need to get out, I can't do this for very much longer. I really enjoy hospitality. I've done that quite a lot before. And I really wanted to travel, so I thought kind of why not put the two together. I had a friend who had done her STCW course in the Isle of Wight, which is close to where I live, and she did that quite recently and then got a job quite quickly. And so because of her, basically, I got into it. I've kind of followed her footsteps, and it happened to be that I fell into a job quite quickly and was quite lucky.
So, can I ask you, what kind of steps did you do? So, okay, you got a friend who did some STCW, so you said, okay, I would like to do kind of the same job. I would like to... What did you do? What were your steps?
Okay, my steps were, first of all, I had to get all the facts correct and make sure that it was the job I definitely wanted to do, because it's quite a big step. It's quite a big decision to make. I think at the time I didn't really think about how much of a big decision it was, but once I got that kind of sorted and done my research and watched videos of other people that had done it kind of like this, I guess, I realized, okay, it's what I want to do. So then I looked to do my STCW, which is obviously the first step you need to do to get on board to work on boats.
STCW?
Yeah, so I found a course on the Isle of Wight called Flying Fish, which was incredible. It was 2 weeks long, so I did that, passed, and then after that came back for a couple of weeks to my home and then flew to Antibes in France, and then from there I dock walked. I had to make my CV, obviously, making a CV is hard, like to make it people to want you, especially when you've got no experience. It's quite difficult.
Yeah, it is.
So I had to make sure my CV looked good. Go to Antibes. You can go basically to anywhere that has a good docks and places, and basically just give your CV out to everyone. Walk along the docks, constantly on the Facebook groups, making sure you're refreshing every hour to see what's coming up, and then just send your CVs out as much as possible. Big smile on your face and plenty of confidence, and eventually I kind of got there.
Yeah, so okay, let's come back about documents. Minimum documents, what you needed. So you mentioned it's about STCW.
Yeah.
Then you do need some medical, like NG1.
So yeah, your ENG1, STCW.
Yeah.
Hygiene level 2.
Again, it depends what position you are searching. Yeah, if you're on a stewardess, you do need it, this one. Yeah. Okay, let's focus on you. Like if some another girl, she would like to join for this industry.
Sure. So yeah, STCW, EGM1, ENG1, hygiene level 2. Once you have them, you must look after them with all of your everything, because those certificates are really special. So yeah, those are the documents I needed.
Okay. Oh, okay. So literally, it's not so many.
No,
it's
I know.
just literally a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean the STCW involves a few. There's like 4 or 5 different things you have to pass, but it's all involved in the same thing, so it's pretty easy, really. You just need 2 weeks of. Actually, it's only a week long. My course that I did, it involved a week long. So you did your STCW, and then after that, you did another week of just housekeeping training or stewardess training, which was good. It was handy to have actually, and some of the things I learned, I have brought onto this boat. So
okay.
Yeah, it was actually quite a good idea to do that.
Nice. So what do you think? Like, how long you already doing this job? How long you at sea?
I've been at sea for a year this week.
For 1 year?
Yeah,
oh, it's cool.
At sea, yeah. It's actually like the best decision I've ever made.
Wow, it's really great to hear. Look, for this 1 year, what did you find the hardest part to work at sea?
I would say actually the hardest part was just being away from home and the uncertainty. Depending on what job you have, it's the uncertainty of not knowing when it is you're going to go home, and I still to this day find that quite difficult, and it is maybe something that I won't actually find easy, but it's the not knowing, because there's no rotation, particularly in my job and my one I had before. You kind of just have to wait and see until you can go home, and I love being at home, so that is kind of difficult. And the hours, I suppose, the trip that we've just done, the hours did become quite difficult as well. But you know, it's just something I think in time you'll get used to. I think it's all just about practice and experience, and eventually it'll get easier. Yeah,
on your opinion, like pros and cons in this job, to be a stewardess on a luxury yacht?
Okay, pros. I mean, the pros that come straight to my mind are you get to travel and see some amazing places. It's incredible how many beautiful places I've seen in just the 6 months that I've been here on this yacht.
Can you say, like, for last year, so you're in this industry 1 year, which places have you seen?
I think, so I've been obviously all of the south coast of France, Italy, Spain. I crossed the Atlantic and went to Antigua, and crossing the Atlantic is the best thing I've done so far, even though it was in a really small sailing boat, which was quite terrifying at times. That was incredible. So then going to the Caribbean, seeing Antigua was insane, amazing. The wildlife you see when you're crossing the Atlantic is phenomenal. Something that, like, you can't really explain how insane. You wake up in the morning and you see the sunrise, the sunset, and all you see is that. It's wow, it's amazing. So I'd say pros are the things you see. It's just beats any other job in my opinion. I can't imagine like seeing the things you can from a boat. It's amazing. Cons are probably sharing a cabin. Sharing a cabin, so you don't have a lot of your own space. You have very minimal privacy and very minimal space when it comes to your living area, and that is quite a big con, I suppose, and for a lot of people I think that's make or break. You have to be able to be a real team player and deal with being in close proximity with other people often, because you're working and living together. So yeah, I'd say a con is definitely sharing a cabin and having no privacy whatsoever. All right, how about salary? Because you know, like it's also like tell me about salary. I mean, in this industry. Yeah, let's not talk about especially right now about you, but general, like average salary and why it's great opportunity when you're working on this industry, not only traveling, but you can make some money and maybe some saving or... Oh, most definitely. The salary is incredible. It's a huge bonus, and yeah, maybe one of the biggest pros actually of the job is the fact that you make a good amount of money. And for me as well, from the UK, I'm not quite sure what it is where you are from, but it's tax-free. I think my goal, time-wise, to work on yachts, I've always said from the beginning, I think is 4 or 5 years. I think I want to... It sounds ridiculous saying it, but I would really like to buy a place in the UK and buy a place in the south of France where I can then rent it out. Okay. So that's my basically I want to buy somewhere to then rent it out to probably yachties, something like that. So I have a continuous income coming from that. So that's my goal materialistically. And then actually for like me, I think it's just to experience as much as I can and get as much out of the job as possible before I would just like to make a family and then relax and be at home and kind of settle down. So I think that's my kind of goal. As for work after this, I'm not sure. Something to do with hospitality or something like, I don't know, I'd like to have a pub, or I'd like to have a restaurant, or something.
Always in the service.
Yeah, basically something that's like very customer fronting.
It's great.
And something that I can be talking to people all the time, because I like that.
No, it's great. It's a great idea. I like it. And I don't want to ask a lot of more questions. Just last one for like motivation speech for people who might be gonna watch this video and will think, fucking hell, I'm tired about my life sitting in office, and I would like to change like Emily and do something really great and have opportunity to travel.
Well, I would say please do it. Like, you have to do it. I was so umming and ahhing about it when I first thought, is it a good idea or is it not? And the more I weighed out my options, I thought, okay, this is got to be good. I'll test it anyway. And when I got my first job and we sailed, like that feeling of knowing that you're sailing to, I went to Saint-Tropez, and just sitting on the boat and realizing this is like your office in a way, and you know that you've got such a nice amount of money coming your way as well, and it's just the experience you need to kind of, I don't know, become, it's just humbling. It's a really good thing to do, and I couldn't implore you more to do it if you're thinking about it. Yeah, it's 100% worth it. I'm very happy. And also it's so cool as well, because when you go home and you see your friends and family and the people that love you, it's so nice for them to realize, to see that you're happy as well, and that you're enjoying yourself, and you've got so many stories to tell. Yeah, so it's 100% an amazing job to have.
Well, good luck, and
Thank
see you soon in 5 minutes. So how do you like interview? You see, I told you she's great. She got really nice energy, and I hope she opened maximum question. I hope we open the subject how you can become to work on a yacht as a stew. Thank you guys, thank you a lot for watching. Don't forget to put subscribe, don't forget to let your message, and mañana guys, and have a lovely day.